All right, good evening, AGCS family and friends. We hope that your holiday break has started off wonderfully. I know mine has. We're very excited. We had a great send-off on Friday. Our assembly was wonderful. Lots of fun singing, and the games were so much fun. It was great. So we hope you're enjoying your time. Today is December 22nd, which is the first day of the Jewish Festival of Lights called Hanukkah. If you want to, we talked a little bit about that.
And we read a Hanukkah book.
That's right. We read. Go ahead.
In our picture book video. So if you want to check that out and learn a little bit more about Hanukkah, we have the menorah here. We know that they shouldn't all be lit, only 2 candles, but we thought this was a really beautiful image to celebrate Hanukkah. So you check out our earlier picture book video to learn a little more about Hanukkah.
Yeah. All right. So we are going to continue. We are going to read 3 chapters of The True Gift. We are on chapter 5, and they have just decided to buy another cow.
Right. Poor white cow's lonely, and they're going to buy her a friend.
That's right. So let's see what happens. Chapter 5. Lisa, the librarian, is happy to see us at the Lilac Library. 2 whole weeks of non-stop reading, right? She says, I wish everyone read the way you 2 do. Liam disappears in the stacks, and I look at the shelves of books. Books and books and books. Liam comes back with a non-fiction book with the title, The Emotional Life of Cows and checks it out. We mail Gran's letters at the post office. Wait, says Liam, stopping. He studies the notices on the bulletin board. Lost cat, name is Thug. Not lovable, reward. Wanted, exotic chickens for breeding. Wanted, a quiet room by the river for 1 person and the most intelligent dog in the world. Liam looks at the notices for so long. I finally tug at his coat. Wait, says Liam again. I'm having a thought. Go ahead, I'll catch up with you. I go outside and walk to the market. Liam comes up from behind me with a look. What? I ask. Just thinking. The market has newly polished wood floors, and we wander down the aisles until we find butter for Gran. Next door, there is a new small store called Already Read Books. A sign on the door says, secondhand books bought and sold. Liam puts his face close to the window and peers in because it's closed. Books, he says happily. We go to the general store. It is filled with dishes and jewelry and toys and penny candy and kitchen gadgets and cakes and pies and muffins. Blown glass Christmas balls hang from the ceiling. Angels and stars for the top of the tree sit on shelves. Look, I tell Liam, a new coffee cup for Gran. I hold up a white mug with a great blue heron painted on it. Liam shakes his head. Wait, says Liam, don't buy it yet. Wait for what? Liam doesn't answer. I put the mug back and stare at Liam. We're going to have Christmas whether you want it or not, you know. I walk out of the store and past the post office and past the small coffee shop, past the Already Read store. I turn up the road to Gran's. I am close to tears for the 2nd time today. I wish Liam would not think so much. I wish White Cow could go away and not come back so I wouldn't have to think about her. This is the sound of pounding feet behind me. Hey, says Liam, panting from running. I don't like you, I say, bursting into tears at last. I know, I don't like me either, says Liam. I stare at Liam. I can't help it. I start laughing and crying at the same time. I'm just a kid, Lily, says Liam. You said so yourself. We walk on. Cows cost a lot, says Liam. $500 sometimes. We can't afford that, I say. Maybe a young cow, Liam says. Called a calf, I say, starting to laugh again. Liam laughs too, and for a while it is the way it used to be, the way all other Christmases at Gran and Grandpa's house have been. Liam scoops up snow and tries to stuff it down my neck. Ice on the trees sparkle in the sunlight. We pick some red barberry branches for Gran, but when we get home, White Cow is still there, standing by the fence, watching us with those eyes. It is not the way it used to be. Chapter 6. All through dinner, there is no talk of White Cow. There is talk of Christmas and the town and books. Do you want to make Christmas cookies tomorrow, Lily? asks Gran. Sure, I say. Charlie sits by Grandpa's feet watching the floor intently, waiting for Grandpa to drop food. Emmett sleeps by the fireplace, almost in the fireplace. Liam gets up and carries his plate, to the kitchen and comes back for the other plates. Do you have a copy machine? He asks Grandpa. Nope. Sorry, says Grandpa. I'll keep thinking, he says in a soft voice. Don't think. I will tell him just as softly. Liam smiles. That night, we sleep with the curtains open so we can look out and see the stars across the sky. I wake up in the night once and can see light under the door of Liam's room. I sigh and turn over and count the stars until I fall back asleep. Where is Liam? I ask at breakfast the next morning. Grandpa laughs. You are always asking that. Lambie, he went off early. He seems to have plans. I pour a glass of juice. Yes, Liam always has plans, I say. Gran and I make cookies all morning. Christmas trees with silver ball decorations, snowmen with red cinnamon buttons, star cookies and moon cookies, and little house cookies and frosted door and windows. This is nice, Gran, like it always is. It is, Lily. Maybe you and Liam can come this summer and help cut the hayfield and plant gardens. I smile at Gran. That would be good, but there is something about Christmas here. There is, says Gran, and I realize that I have said my thoughts out loud. Gran puts the cookies on a big platter. Beautiful, she says. I'm going to look for Liam. I tell Gran. There are more letters to mail on the table, Lily. I put on my boots and coat and walk out to the driveway. White Cow is standing by the gate, an empty black bucket at her feet. I walk over to her. Did Liam give you the grain? I ask. Sure he did, I whisper. I smile at myself talking to a cow. After a moment, I reach out and touch White Cow's neck. She stares at me like she knows me. I'll be back, I tell her. And then what I say to White Cow surprises me. Don't worry, I whisper. We'll take care of you. And I walk off down the driveway and down the road, past houses and fields, and the stream I hear flowing. When I come into the center of town, I go to the post office to mail Gran's letters, and there, on the bulletin board, I see the first notice. I know what Liam has been doing. Wanted, a cow friend for a lonely, sad cow. It is Christmas and she needs a friend. Think how you'd feel. I'm buying. Call Liam. He has written Gran and Grandpa's telephone number at the bottom. I look at the notice for a long time, then drop Gran's letters in the mail slot. I walk across the street looking for Liam. There, nailed to the telephone pole by the Lilac Library, is another notice. Once upon a time, there was a white cow all alone at Christmas. She was sad and lonely. She lives on South Street. If you have a cow friend for her, please call Liam. I smile a little and walk across the street. In the market window is another notice. I feel like I'm following Liam by his notices, like following his footprints in the snow. Help White Cow. Sell me a friend for her for Christmas. Call Liam. Your Christmas will be happier too. I find Liam tacking up a notice on the notice board at the general store. This one has a drawing of a white cow with a tear in her eye. You've been busy, I say. Liam nods. I take a deep breath. I can't believe I'm going to say this to Liam. Liam, I'm proud of you. Liam smiles. Let's go home, he says wearily. He takes my hand and we walk around the corner and start up the hill that begins South Street. Little flakes of snow begins to fall. Before long, there is steady snow. I look up and watch the snow come down. Liam? What? I talked to White Cow this morning. Liam doesn't speak for a moment, and when he does, what he says makes me smile. You're turning into me, he says. We walk all the way home, and the snow grows heavier, and when we walk up the driveway to Gran and Grandpa's house, past the barn, past White Cow, Gran comes to the door and tells us there has been a telephone call for Liam. Yay! Chapter 7. Snow is still falling when we leave. Gran looks at us, knowing that we're not telling her things. Something's been going on, right? She says. Right, Liam and I answer at the same time. Well, I'm not asking you about it right now, she says. Right now? She repeats. Liam grins at her and pulls me out the front door. The sky has darkened and the world is full of snow. Who is it? I ask. Thomas says his father is selling their calf. He said he'd tell me about it when I get there. The snow is so heavy that we almost miss the West Street turn. We walk fast, and then ahead in the dense falling snow is a boy. Thomas? Calls Liam. Thomas turns. Yes. Several cows are in the meadows. One small brown calf stands by the fence. I'm Liam. This is Lily. Thomas takes a folded paper out of his pocket. It is one of Liam's notices. Did you write this? Asked Thomas. I did. We're looking for a cow. Thomas looks at the brown calf. Is that yours? Asked Liam. Yes, but you're too late. My father says she is sold. Sold? To live where? Says Liam. For the market, Thomas softly. For meat. For meat? Says Liam. There is a moment of silence, no sounds at all, like when the wind suddenly stops blowing. For meat? Repeats Liam, trying to understand. Thomas nods. Papa says we need the money. Liam, the calf is sold. I say, I shiver in the cold. I'm going home. I'm freezing. Wait a minute, Lily, says Liam. Thomas, how much is your papa selling the calf for? A couple $100, I think, for Christmas money, he adds. Bless you. Bless you. 200, says Liam. He takes Thomas's arm. Listen, Thomas, I'm going to save your calf. What's her name? Thomas shrugs again. She doesn't have a name. Well, call her Brown Cow, finishes Liam happily. Thomas looks surprised. Yes, how did you know that? I know what Liam is thinking. I start walking away. I walk on until suddenly Liam is beside me. Don't talk, I say, loving and hating him at the same time. Well, hate is a strong word, so is love. One good thing, though, he doesn't speak all the way home through the falling snow. That's it.
Man.
Now we got to see what happens.
If they save Brown Cow.
I know. All right, well, thank you for joining us, but we do have one surprise this week. Normally, our book clubs are every Sunday night, but this week coming up is very special. Christmas is on Wednesday, and Tuesday is Christmas night. Do you want to tell them what we're doing Tuesday?
Yeah, so on Christmas Eve, we're going to have our Sunday Book Club Christmas Eve edition, where we'll be in our comfy jammies with some warm, soft blankets, a cup of hot cocoa, and we'll be reading 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. So if you'd like to include us in your day of celebration, we'd love to be there in your living room or your bedroom or wherever you like to watch our book videos and enjoy us reading the night before Christmas for you.
All right. Well, hopefully we'll see you on Tuesday, Christmas Eve. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye-bye.